I'd like to welcome you guys to an area with many names. Some people call this the place where Kaupe dwelled. Kaupe, Kamehameha's lead warrior. See, this was the lower foothills of the Nu'uanupali. And when Kaupe came into this village, basically only the women and children was living here. Most of the men was up by the Nu'uanupali lookout, making the notches to put the cannons there. When Kaupe came in here, basically he killed everybody. He left no one alive. He killed all the women, rounded up all the children. He severed the heads of the children, put the heads on top a bowl, a lava rock bowl, and watched the blood drip into the bowl. Sever the child, take that flesh, dip it into the bowl, eat it raw. The reason why? By eating the innocent and having them suffer, it is for him to have immense power and become invincible. See, he wanted to be like Kamehameha. Kamehameha was a walking god. By eating the innocent, he believed that he would be invincible and live forever. Struck it with power, went down to the river's edge, killed himself, and manifested himself as a half man, half dog. In this area, if you hear growling, that is Kaupe. Now, in the early 1920s,
oh, I heard
right
that.
Here, behind us,
Is
that tree. That is called the hanging tree. It towered over this whole area. There were branches that went over where the vans are. Now, the hanging tree. A girl by the name of Susie. She worked at this place called Wolf Hat Restaurant. Daytime, good dim sum. At night, turned into the USO. Now, if you wanted to dance with Susie, it would cost you about $25. One night after work, she came out here with her favorite sailor boy. They're having good fun in the car because this was the famous makeout spot. After brother had to go relieve himself, she ended up sleeping in the car because she's been working all night. But only to be woken up by police. Now the police is tapping on the window, and as she rolls down the window of the car, the police tell her, please, when you step out of the car, don't look up. But while she's in the car, she could hear like rain. As she got up, where the branches used to be over where the vans are, she's seeing her sailor boy, totally naked, totally gutted, hanging upside down, and the blood dripping on the hood of the car. That is considered to be an unsolved murder. And the people who done this are still at large. Now, just on the road from here, we call it Morgan's Corner. In the early 40s to 50s to 60s, there was a guy by the name of Dr. Morgan. He owned a villa out here. We call it the town side and the Kailua side. Now, he had a caretaker by the name of Teresa Wilder, 68-year-old woman. She was confronted one night by two escapees from Hawaii Correctional Facilities, John Polokiko and James Majors. They tormented this 68-year-old woman. John Polokiko went to the tool shed, grabbed two 2x4s, snipping shears, and a rope, tied up Teresa Wilder, hoisted her on this giant banyan tree. Demanded money, she had no money. These two guys beat her to death. As they beating her, John Polokiko seen the red ruby ring on the marriage finger. He got the snipping shears and cut it off. And took the red ruby ring. 2 weeks later, they was caught in a ballroom in Kalihi, bragging on what they done. They were tried and sentenced, and they should be put to death by hanging at Hawaii Correctional Facility. But you see, the death penalty in the 50s was a no-no. Because you see, tourism was becoming to be big business. And it didn't look good for two local boys being hung. So Owen Long stayed their execution. In 1951, these two guys were paroled from jail. When they came looking for them in the cell, they couldn't find them. James Majors. The only thing they found was the clothes lying in his bunk bed with nothing in it. John Palakiko, oh man, can't wait to get out of jail. The gates of freedom open up, take 2 steps to freedom, dies of a massive heart attack.
Did you hear that?
My true belief is Teresa Wilder is haunting these 2 guys in this place for all times. This part of history, us Hawaiians, we don't like to talk about. Only one reason. Because it talks about innocent loss of life through sacrifice. You see, Kamehameha comes in with his kahunas and warriors into this place. Kalani Kapuli and his warriors flee to Nihau and Kauai. The only people who are left here is the Maka'aina now. That means the common person. The person who basically takes care of the waterways, takes care of the food, does all the menial jobs. What I'm about to tell you is something that Hawaiians do not like to talk about. Innocent loss of life through sacrifice. Kamehameha comes in here, makes the 2nd and 3rd tier down to the ocean. Comes in here with his kahunas and warriors and the new god Kukailimoku, god of war. Through the kahunas, the god of war demands more blood. So Kamehameha makes proclamation stating that 5 people every day will be killed, island-wide. Imagine you are the village and you have 5 huge warriors coming and grabbing you and bringing you on that heiau. The first thing they will commit is lua. Lua means this warrior is going to break every single bone in your body and make you scream to heaven while he's looking at you in the eye. Why are you screaming? And why are you screaming so loud? He's going to grab that neck, and while you screaming, snap that neck in mid-scream.
Age.
And suck in all your mana and all your breath. Then leave your lifeless body on the heiau.
Remember.
Then the kahuna's going to come, the priests. They will sever your head from your neck, grab that head, walk all the way down to the end of the ocean, walk all the way back, dripping blood on every single stone. Then grab the milo stick, shove it through the throat and out the right eye, and adorn the outside of the heiau, and they call that pakaka. Then with the rest of the bones, they will cremate. Then they will stick your bones with other bones in 7 different holes and bury it. See, the worst desecration a Hawaiian could have is not know where his bones are at. Now, over 6 years ago, they found a decomposed body of a woman on the other side of the ravine here with 16 stab wounds. But lately, about 2 years ago, we've been catching pictures of a woman being held down by 2 guys and a 3rd guy stabbing her in the corridor here. Oh, stop. Take pictures, take plenty of pictures. Now in this place where we're going into, we're going to visit Pohaku Makanui. Pohaku Makanui is the watcher of the road. His face is etched on the wall. See, there were so many bad things happening in this area. What you're walking on is the old Pali Road. This old Pali Road basically had a lot of death. This was the blind side turn. In this area, sometimes walking up there or driving up here, cars used to get into a lot of accidents. When you get into an accident up here, plan not to have any ambulances coming over here because it was way too far to town back in the early 40s and 20s, yeah? Okay, come.